Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Antics Season 2. This is the 2-2. And we've coming at you with our new format, not really a format, our new plan. We have plans now at the start of each podcast, something new, something getting used to. We had a little bit of a trouble last time. I was going through and editing it and I realised that we had bounced off topic a lot, but that's what the audience wants, so we'll happily get distracted for you. Now, today's topic, we'll come up with a clever title by the time it's released, but this is all our holiday recap, seeing we're not going to date it, but it's late February, so yes. we're gonna go over what we did in our holidays and the exciting times we had, and after speaking for what appears to be a minute, I'm going to hand it over to my co-host, Nathan Bank. I'm kidding. Jackson Martin. Hello.
Hello.
Hello and welcome. What are you, a 40-year-old man? Come on, man. Let's do this.
Sorry, just stalling for time.
Oh, you don't have anything to say.
Nah.
This is what happens is when someone rows, the yarns become like, oh, this one time I was in a double. And it's just shit.
Yeah. Rowing. When they say it takes up your life, they don't lie. You have no life other than rowing. But the season's over, and I can unleash.
Good God. Right. Sorry, team, we've been chomping on some chips because we're quite hungry. Okay, so...
Do we want to set the scene where we are? It's a bit different, or is that secretive?
No, we'll keep it a secret for this one. We might bring it out next time. We'll keep it a secret.
It's a new place,
It's a new... Have we recorded in the same place twice? Yet? Because Antics 2 and 3 doesn't technically count because those were one night.
Fun fact.
Might be part of the quiz. Oh, good God. Right, okay. We'll have to edit that out because no one will be able to hear that. Okay, so...
Yeah.
What? This feels like I'm back in year 4. This is what I did.
Yeah, I know. It's
holidays.
Once we mellow into it, folks, it'll be a lot more casual. Right now, we're a bit tense and trying to think of something to say.
As Jackson spent his entire summer rowing, I spent my entire summer basically down in Tekapo, working on my uncle's farm. Working down there.
You got to admit, I did go past Tekapo quite a few times.
You did go past there, yes.
Lake Pui Taniwha. It's actually Rui Taniwha for people who don't know it.
Wow. Is that a rowing joke, is it?
No, it's actually my dad's joke. That's how depressing it's become. But yes. Lake Rui Taniwha. Town of trees.
Town of trees.
They really ran out of ideas on that one.
They had nothing else to put there.
Nothing. I have got a good story.
Should we save yours to break up the time? So I've
just thought of it, and I realised it's not a cool story. It's a lame story.
Okay. Okay, we'll hold on to it. Make it cooler.
We'll still hold on to it.
All right. I'll set the scene. Right. I work on a farm in the Mackenzie Basin, 20,000 acre place. So it's a pretty big place.
Beautiful place, Mackenzie Basin.
Beautiful place, Mackenzie Basin. And so in 20,000 acres, you'd think there'd be quite a few workers. No. There's my uncle who does sort of like the paperwork side of things. Not really that much, not really that involved. And then,
so is he owner?
He owns it.
He's the owner.
He owns it. And then my cousin would be the stock manager. He's in charge of basically the running of the ship, apart from paperwork. So he'll shift the sheep and organise the tractor drivers and whatnot. And then there was me, so my job title was farm bitch.
Official job title.
I basically did whatever the boss told me to do.
Yeah.
Sort of, I'd wake up, go to the yards at 7:30, and then just be like, "What are we doing today, boss?" And he'd be like, "Today we are moving sheep." I'm like, "Sweet as!" I get to spend an entire day in a car.
Oh, so did you move? Because I only saw the Snapchat of you. Never saw any sheep, so that's new for me.
Yeah, no, we shipped sheep a lot of the time. If I wasn't in the tractor, I was in the truck. And then there was a third actual worker called Adam. Adam was an American from just outside Boston. Can't remember the name of the place he's actually from. They've got an ice hockey team called the Whalers.
Do they have a whaling of a time?
Oh my God.
It deserves that. It does deserve
you. So yeah, he's I don't know why I've written Canadian here, but he's actually from America. And
yeah, we sound professional.
I've written notes down. I've written notes. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? notes. I can't believe it.
Shit.
Yeah, I know, right? So he's American, and he's played ice hockey professionally for 10 years across the world, Holland, Belgium. Played for a local team, and there was one thing that I noticed about him immediately.
Yeah.
Was that everything he did that was good was described as fucking great. Everything. Oh man, if you've been down to Pappy's, their pizzas are fucking great. Like every single time. No, did you hear that Leonard Skinner's coming to New Zealand? Oh man, it's gonna be fucking great. Everything was fucking great. Oh my god, man! It's nothing is ever that. If everything's fucking great, then, well, it's fucking awesome.
Great. Well, some people do that. It's just I went through a phase of it. Not gonna lie. Like we just say one thing really over and over, but some people like him just get stuck for life.
Dope. I've been stuck in the dope rut recently.
Yeah. Usually it's a phase, but when you're stuck with it forever, it just
sucks.
You get over it.
So most of my times, you'll know this. A couple of our listeners will know this because they've added me on Snapchat.
Oh yeah.
But I spent most of my time in a tractor.
Ah yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those tractor snaps are the only way I could keep sane. Really.
Yeah. It looked hilarious.
It really wasn't.
Yeah.
It sucked.
It was funny, but you could just see that wee sign of desperation in your eyes.
Desperation and sadness.
Yeah, just like...
In fact, one of them I was crying because I had that bad of a hay fever. I was actually crying.
Yeah, that could be pretty shit.
Yeah, that wasn't great. So I spent 5 days straight from 7:30 in the morning till 7:30 at night in a tractor mowing.
How much of a break?
Lawns. How much of a break? An hour.
An hour for lunch?
Hour. Although, and then occasionally we had one day where we stopped in a total for about an hour because the guys behind us were slowing down. They weren't keeping up with me, my fast pace. Awesome. So I had to stop them for about an hour, and that's where I made most of my snaps.
Yeah.
So that was pretty great fun.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have been telling me, how can you be so retarded to run into a fence?
Yeah, that's what I wondered. It's a fence. You drive adjacent to it.
Okay, no. I'm going to describe everything when it went down, right? It was the last paddock, right? Paddock. So my mind, it's been melted over the past 5 days, right? 5 days of tractor driving, all you're doing is driving up and down, doing the same shit. Your mind is, you're getting a bit lazy. Sort of like, should I change down for this corner? Nah. And just hit the corner hard.
I suppose the manual. Trucks are manuals.
Tractors, yeah.
Tractors are manuals.
But they have auto clutches, which is brilliant. So you just tap the button, just goes.
Oh, really? That's cool.
And then I was like, okay, sweet as. Did that for a couple of paddocks, and this is my last paddock. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, this will be good. I'll get it done. I'll go home, have a shower. It'll be great. Have a beer in the shower. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm going a bit quick.
Okay.
Right? And then, so you mow along the first border and then you turn right. And the idea is you get your tractor wheel as close to the fence as possible.
Okay, I see.
So when you come back, you line up your wheels because your tractor is as wide as your tractor. Your mower is as wide as your tractor.
Yeah.
You drive down where your tires were, and your mower will hit where the edges of where the tires are.
Yeah.
So if you're as close to the fence as possible, your mower will be as close to the fence as possible without hitting the fence.
Yeah.
So you can get most of the grass cut.
Mm.
And it looks nice. And so I was like, okay, I need to get as close as I can. It's the last paddock. I'm going a bit fast. And the tyre just runs into the fence. So I start slamming the brake. Turn off the mower, lift it up, turn off the engine, open up the door. I'm like, okay, how am I getting out of this? Oh, okay, it's either just back straight up. So it's back up, tangles it worse. I was like, shit. So I call for help. Like,
did you literally just like, help?
No. I said that first things first, snaps. I snapped myself stuck in the fence, and I snapped Big Dave in his mower as he goes past, like, pissing.
Could you see that?
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Because at like, the lunch breaks, I brought you back. I'm like, yeah, I didn't break anything last year, so they've welcomed me back. And they break something on the last day, last paddock. So he's pissing himself. So I call for help. I'm like, I've just run into a fence. So do you reckon you could help me out? And my cousin's just like, really? Where are you? Last paddock? I'm like, yeah. Right, I'll send some help. So my uncle turns up, and this American dude turns up. I'm stuck in my tractor, right? And this dude turns up. I'm about to get out of the tractor to describe what's going on. And the American guy just tells me to turn on the key. I'm like, okay, right. So I turn on the key. And it's sort of like giving me instructions, trying to pull the wire up, and they're loosening the wire further down so I can sort of easily get off of me. And finally I get free. And I open up the car door, and my uncle's like, good to see you solved the problem without getting out of the tractor, mate. I was like, I was going to get out, but then you told me not to. And the American dude's like, excuse me, have you been drinking, mate? I'm like,
does he actually say that?
What?
Have you been drinking?
Yeah, he was like, I've just
as a joke?
Yeah, I'll be expecting have you been drinking, mate? I'm just like, no, good one, mate. No, good one.
Yeah.
And mow the rest of the paddock and then snaps more on the way home.
Yeah.
But man, it was so embarrassing.
Yeah.
I mean, like...
What did Big Dave say after it, like when you saw him next? Did he mention it?
No, he didn't. He didn't need to. He just looked at me with that grin on his face, that cheeky grin, sort of like, good work, mate. And I looked at him like, yeah, shut up, mate. And then he just started pissing himself. And,
yeah.
And apparently, and this is coming from my cousin though, during the mowing, right, I didn't want to get in the way. Right. My biggest fear for that, because it's a very orchestrated process, was getting in the way. So if I wasn't told to do something, I did nothing.
Yeah. And
so I sort of like park up and I don't know where to go because the big mower's right there. I don't know if I should steal that patch because if I go down it doesn't mess him up. I don't know. But Dave's trying to... Okay, in farming, right? In farming.
Here we go.
It's very, very big about communication, right?
Yeah.
Talking to people.
Yeah.
Sort of like, I give you instructions and you go and do it. Farmers are the worst at giving directions ever.
Really? Okay.
They're shocking. Oh, yeah, so you're mowing this paddock, right? So what you do is you go down the drive, right, and then you hang a left, and then you first right, and you go down the dirt track, you go past the bull that we saved from the fence about 2 weeks ago, and then you go past the big tree, the big tree, and then on the right will be some hay bales, the bales you carted last year. And then you keep going, and 2 months ago we rescued that little lamb that was over the fence. Yeah, that was on the left, and then you keep going, and then you get to a hay barn, and then it's a big green field on the left. Mate. So it's the first green paddock on my left. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Got it. and they also have a thing that, so you're in a tractor that's very loud, all the way over there. I'm in a tractor that's very loud all the way over here. So clearly I can tell you precisely what you're supposed to do by giving you hand gestures, pointing at you, pointing the way you're supposed to go, telling you to lift the mower up or down. But this could also be slow down or speed up. But it could also be, what are you doing? Or this could be, check your mower, it might be on fire. and then it's all the one hand movement. So you're sitting there going, is it on fire? Is it up? Is it down? Am I going slow? And you slow down, and he'll tell you to speed up, which is the same movement but slightly faster. So like, is he telling me there's more fire? Is he telling me to speed up? I don't know what's going on. And then I call him like, bro, what are you trying to say? He goes, you just mow the strip in front of you. Then why are you giving me all these stupid hand signals? I'm not in the military. Just just point you that way. None of this sort of like lower your motor and then jack it up and then fuck you and then whack this and then suck on that and then like just you that I can
yeah. I feel you.
Oh, it was so frustrating.
There was one.
Just to finish off the story. So anyway, Big Dave goes to my cousin. He goes, shit, mate, that young cousin of yours. He's not very bright, is he? And he's like, no, he just doesn't do it. He just does what he's told when he's told, not really sort of doesn't really think for himself. He goes, he's got a sharp bit of initiative, doesn't he? And he came back and told me that. I was like, oh, yes. So what does he do for a living?
Touche.
Oh, that's right, you drive a big tractor.
Very, very good.
Sorry, I interrupted you. You were saying?
I'm just proving a point about that. Because one of your snaps was you were just Like every day I'm here and I say, what am I doing? What is this? Am I supposed to be holding it? Why is I touching it? Just all that. So yeah, it obviously the job looked very confusing.
No shit. I walked into work one day. I'm like, what are you doing, boss? And it's just like, oh yes, we've got this fuel tank. We want you to sand down the outside to make it a little bit cleaner. Okay. Do you know where the sanders are? No. They're in the back left. Do you know where the sand belts are? No. They're in the back right. Do you know how to put them on? No. Oh, you just unclip the front bit. Oh, you'll see it when you get the thing. Just unclip the front bit, chuck it on, put it back in, it'll be great. Okay. And then just sand it down. How much do you want to sand it down? Just go. Can't really break it, mate. Alright, I've got to deal with the consequences. Hell yeah, I'm down for this. And then they just drove off.
Oh, really? Alright. Well,
I was like, okay. And then that's right, that gave me the inspiration to do, where the fuck am I? Where is everyone else? Why is no one here? I said that to my brother, and he was just like, I ask myself that question every single day on the farm. You find yourself in the middle of nowhere on a four-wheeler doing some stupid backward drive, going, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. Well, you've, funny enough, actually inspired me for a story.
Here we go.
My working experience.
Here we go.
Currently in the holidays.
Yep.
So I managed to find myself a job.
Here we go.
Also from a relative, my auntie.
Oh, yeah?
Worked there. It was at a auction company. Won't specify the name.
Yep, go on.
So I've been working. Have I told you about this?
No, I've seen your Snapchats from it though.
Yeah.
And that looks hilarious. Carry on.
Okay, so I've managed to score myself a job working at an auction company, and the boss is sort of pretty laid back. He wants to do well. He wants to make money, obviously. But yeah, he's pretty sort of laid back, and probably, yes, that's why I haven't mentioned any names. And yeah, you probably should cut that out. So let me just redo that. It's not really an official job. It's pretty loose. I don't have any specific hours. Anyway, I have to sometimes communicate with friends and ask them to work if we need more people.
Yeah.
So I just call up random people. So in the future, mate, if you need some work, I can get you like a day's work. A day's work usually leads into a week's work, but you can always say no. Anyway, I was working there one day, and so it's mainly antiques, furniture, and alcohol.
Okay.
Which is a weird mix.
Yeah.
That's what he likes. I was dealing with this sort of antique, big wooden chest of drawers.
Okay.
Upside down.
Yep.
And the leg had broken off. Me
Okay.
not being qualified to do anything except move furniture. He says, okay, today I want you to repair the furniture, the old antique Victorian age furniture.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, they're like, does he know who I am?
Does he not have anyone more qualified?
Yeah.
That was a question I ask myself every day. Surely someone else on this farm is more qualified than me.
Yeah, yeah. And so anyway, I get there and I'm just like, oh, so he's given me nails? No, actually he didn't give me. He said look around the place for anything that could possibly fix this leg. So I found wood PVA glue, super glue, a drill, some screws, so they go together. And I go over there and I'm just like, alright, so I shouldn't use a screw. I'm not going to screw through wood into a thing, I think. So should I use some PVA wood glue? And he goes, oh, it's fucking, I don't know, just do whatever you think's best. And I was like, alright.
Oh, God, wow. You carry on.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, alright. Clearly, he has no idea what he's doing as the owner of this company. So I lather the glue on, put it in. It says to dry for like an hour. I'm thinking, should I better do something else in that time, seeing I'm getting paid by the hour. Put it on.
Oh, amateur.
Yeah, amateur. And leave that to set. I'm just like, alright. It's all glued, I think. All setting. Walk away to do some other refurbishing, which is all rough as well as that. He comes, he's like, okay, so what's the matter with this? I'm like, oh, that's just setting, don't touch that. He touches it and pops it out of place, pops the thing off. I'm just thinking, you fucking touched that, it is still setting. Puts it back in, he's like, no, this glue won't do. I'm just like, well, yeah, because it was setting, it's not going to do now, but in an hour's time,
It would have.
it would have. So he's like, it's not going to do. Grabs the screw, gets the drill, and just puts a big munting screw through it. Gobsmacked. Like, honestly,
Did he not realise? He's the owner of the store.
He's the owner of a auction company.
Which way did he put the screw in though? Through the top or through the
I can't really use hand gestures.
Oh, no, but I'm interested. I don't care about
Oh, okay, we don't care about you guys for a minute. So it's like, his leg's like that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gluing that part on.
Yeah.
And he just went through like that.
Oh, okay. Well, hold up. So the pointy bit is now through the top of the table. So there's a pointy bit...
Oh, no, so this is upside down.
Yeah.
There's the legs.
So there's a spiky bit sticking out of the top table.
Yes.
What?
Oh, no. So no, it didn't go through.
Oh, right.
No, I did. But it's like part of it, like the nice bit of wood that you see, and he just screws through.
If he threw it under the bottom, the bit that you weren't likely to see unless you're a toddler or a dog, I wouldn't mind that.
But it's just so not right. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but you don't want it falling apart, as the people come back and complain.
The glue would have been sufficient.
This is me being on the farm. I was given there's a bridge, right, and on the top of the planks of the bridge were slowly, like, the wood is warping and coming away. So I was given a bucket of T screws and a drill, and told to go there and drill it until it looked good. Okay, but how many screws will I need? He goes, I trust your judgment.
Yeah, that's what my boss said every time.
No one should ever say that in a job where I'm not qualified for, right? Like, if you want me to review a movie, I'll happily do that. If you want me to do this, I'll happily do that. You want me to drill a bridge? No, I'm not qualified for that yet. Right? So, and he's just like, whatever you think. So I'm up there like, have you seen Reece Darby talk about being in the military?
Yes.
And he's sitting there and, oh, shit. That's me. I'm sitting there with a drill and a T screw on a bridge going, shit, oh shit. And then like I'll drill it in and be like, oh, that was good, that was a fine one. And I'm like, okay, inch in, right here. And the whole thing will like split. Oh shit, what am I doing? And so I'm like screwing this way and screwing this, sort of like trying to patch up and have like 14 screws on one board. And I come out and the boss just goes, mate, you've been a bit hard on the screws. I'm like, you trusted my judgment. And then he undoes them all, so the board looks real ugly. He goes, nah, that'll be good. Like,
yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, no, it's shit. He comes over and does it, and it's just like...
Bastard.
But anyway, after that I thought, alright, I'm getting paid to do stuff with something that I don't own, and he doesn't mind me doing that sort of stuff. So I ditched the glue and just screw every fucking thing in that store.
And he comes back and yells at you?
No, doesn't care. He's that rough.
Right.
I was just amazed. Really, there was one thing that I was gluing before this happened, and it was like a sort of marble table without the marble, so just the wooden frame.
Yeah.
And it was like looked like shit. Like couldn't hold anything. Everything was falling off of it. Couple of screws could just barely hold the marble, but from top view looked pristine. And I was saying to the workers, saying they're like, I would never buy that fucking table.
Gutted.
And but next week I come in.
Damn it.
Yeah.
And this woman's bought it. I'm just like, oh, that's a very nice table. She's like, yes, I'm very happy with it. Little does she know that if she puts a teacup on it, it'll just shatter. It's so weak. So weak. Just holds the marble. But it looks good. And that's all that matters in that business, apparently.
Yeah.
No.
Antics magic is happening. Alright, so, as we're saying. Oh, yeah, so, okay, so you worked in the antiques place for a wee while and owned the worlds. Did you have any other stories other than that? Or do you want me to move on to Japan? Because I've got a bunch on Japan.
Yeah.
Ow! Yeah.
Well, that's painful.
Yeah, carry on.
I think I might just have to interval your stories with stories because that's how I think of them.
Okay. So yes, in the holidays, luckily enough, just after I recorded the first episode, I went off to Japan. And have you? Okay, I'll set the scene first. We went to Furano, which is a really nice ski resort, very traditional.
It looked great.
They've got onsens there where you can go bathe nude with other men, which is pretty good. What I shouldn't say is which is pretty good. I should say it's pretty good that it was traditional, but the experience of it was frightening.
You enjoyed it. No.
It was like, okay, so I want to set the scene, right?
Yeah.
You go into an onsen, it says, those people with tattoos are forbidden.
Oh, really?
So, okay. So you walk in there and it's like, okay, drop your shoes here. I'm like, drop your shoes, it's obviously normal, just drop the shoes there. He goes, right, come on through, okay. Here are the locker rooms. Just pop your clothes in there. and you're surrounded, right?
Are you with your family?
I'm with my dad.
Oh,
I'm surrounded by these old Asian dudes.
You're with your dad?
Alright, so just pop your clothes in there. Okay. So, I've got my sort of my kimono on. My shorts and t-shirt, my Dutch t-shirt, Dutch shorts. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You need to lose the undies. Oh, okay, put your undies in there. We're the kimono. It's like, yeah, so put the kimono in there as well.
The what?
The kimono, the dressing gown.
Okay.
So, and my dad's just like, he's like, no! Oh, fuck. So I grabbed my little, it's called a modesty towel. It's a little towel.
Modesty, I like that.
Basically, it goes from probably the bottom of your junk to the top of your junk and from your hip to hip. So it's very small.
Very modest.
Very, very small modest towel. So if you want to use it properly, you're going to have to walk like a wanker holding this little thing over your little hips.
Is it literally to cover it?
It's literally to cover it and put on your head to stop you from sweating so much. And
I find that hilarious.
Yeah, so we had to ditch everything. So I'm carrying my modesty towel like a little weirdo.
A little bitch.
You look like a little bitch, and all these, and because skiing is so expensive in Japan,
yeah,
the only people who can afford it are old Japanese people.
Yeah.
So this onsen is packed with old, nude Japanese dudes, fat, hairy, and there's only me and my dad, the only white dudes there. Like, this is fucking awkward. And then we're inside, it's all Asians. Oh, fuck me. So we go outside and we find another Australian family, which I don't know is better or worse. Because if you find Japanese people, it's like they can't speak a language, we can speak English and be totally fine about it. We can do whatever we want. We're tourists, it doesn't really matter. We go out and find another Australian family, which are very similar to us.
Yeah.
Except there's more of them. And then, I don't know, it's sort of like, oh, Aussies, woohoo, but then it's like, oh, Aussies who are naked in the bath.
Yeah.
You're 30, you're 40, you're 50. He's 60, I'm 18, this is creepy. And you're all sharing a bath, there's naked people. Fuck, it's gross. Anyway, that's a bit of a culture shock there.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we went skiing, right? Furano has got the lightest powder I've ever skied on. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And, have you seen the Top Gear audience? Where James May builds a yacht out of a Triumph Herald? They make amphibious cars.
Oh, they're amphibious, yeah.
Yeah. So, there's a great scene in that.
The UTS.
No, this is James May in the convertible.
Sorry,
yeah. So he's driving along.
Yeah, yes, I do.
He's driving along, and Jeremy goes on the radio. Look out, James! There's trees, James, trees. And James is like, ha ha, trees. Uh-oh, trees. And he has to change lanes.
Yeah.
So I'm skiing along, and I go off piste, and it's kind of, in amongst the trees.
Right.
I'm quite scared, because I'm not used to this. Don't get to ski amongst trees in New Zealand.
Yeah.
There's really deep powder. I can't see where it is, and I've just heard a story about don't fall in the tree pots or you'll die. So I'm skiing down. They go fuck.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit open. Oh, yeah, all good. And now Japan has this thing where it has heaps and heaps of real small, narrow trees in very small spaces.
Yeah.
And so you'll ski down and you're like, oh, that looks pretty good. You find out it's like bamboo, you just can't get through it.
Right.
So I'm skiing down, I'm like, trees. And I see these trees lined up, like, uh-oh, trees. I just go careening into these trees and just crash.
So you actually crashed into the trees?
Yeah. I popped out of a ski on one of them and then just rolled down a bit, picked up my ski, walked out.
It's hard to walk in that stuff?
Oh, God, yeah. It's sort of like just above your knee sort of stuff. So it's quite hard to sort of swim your way out. Yeah. But it's real light, so it's not too. It's not like New Zealand where you get stuck and it's just like, well, I'm in waist deep powder. I will just wait till spring. You can actually get out.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty funny. And then, so that was Furano. We were only there for 2 days, so we didn't actually get to experience Furano March.
Some good snaps actually from him. There was a lot of cold moments.
A lot of cold. -30 on an average day. So Friday was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then we went to Sapporo. Sapporo being the beer place.
Oh.
They brewed the beer. Went to the beer brewery. That was pretty good. Yeah. Think of it like an Asian beer Charlie chocolate factory.
Oh, okay.
So it's like real gimmicky,
Yeah.
but it's for beer, and it's Japanese, so it's like real intense. And then we went to a chocolate factory, which was like Charlie. I'm pretty sure it's the inspiration for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah,
It's Chocolate
yes.
Factory, which was pretty dope. And then we went to the ice carvings.
Oh,
Ice carving's a big thing in Sapporo, where they carve its ice. And I thought, you could get a block of ice about sort of 6 foot tall.
Mm.
You go, no. These ones are the size of buildings. Sort of building-sized ice carvings.
Yeah, I just can't imagine one, to be honest. No. Yeah, I can't.
I'll try and put some. Hopefully, I won't be as lazy as to not put pictures.
I'm just thinking of iceberg. Is it like an iceberg?
Iceberg.
With style?
Yes.
An iceberg with style?
Iceberg with style. Yeah.
Is that what it's like? I'm trying to picture an
Okay.
ice carving.
Have you seen the
Oh,
ones that use the centerpieces they have
Yeah,
at
I
parties,
just-
sort of like the
just-
angel doing that,
Just
or,
thought of that actually.
or in Las Vegas, or what is it? No, not Las Vegas.
Have you seen Las Vegas?
I've seen it.
Oh, is that good?
It's old
Try
people.
hard?
It's old people in Vegas, so it's a lot of the jokes fall for the
Okay.
younger people.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty funny. I mean, Morgan Freeman has this great bit where he's about to jump out of a window. He's like, and he just pops off. He's on the first floor.
Yeah, I saw that on the idea.
That's
That's
great.
great. That's great. Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah, so the ice carving is massive. So just imagine this big chunk of ice that's been carved out to make it look like a building, or an ice hockey player, or the entire of Sochi Winter Games,
Yes.
which we won't get into, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen. We'll get into that later. Fuck me, I was so disappointed about that. Anyway,
Oh, really? I actually thought you've timed this perfectly. But was that a good thing that you're over there during Sochi?
no,
No.
because
I
all
thought
the
it'd be-
Winter Olympic events were in Japanese. And they only cared about the Japanese people.
I was
oh
thinking,
my
like-
gosh, that was so frustrating.
I was thinking there'd be more space for you because all the skiers, the ski fanatics, would be over in Sochi.
no.
That's what I.
No, there was still heaps of Aussies in Niseko, it doesn't matter. We'll get onto Niseko in a bit, but what happened was they'd hear all these cool things about the Japanese thing. Japanese people, but it's all in Japanese. It was all about the Japanese people. Like, we're watching the freestyle skiing, where our beloved Jossie Wells and Bo Jane Wells were competing.
Yeah.
And they're going, we see Jossie's first run, it's not bad, and we see Bo James' first run, it's not bad.
Yeah.
And the Japanese goes and he crashes and injures himself.
Yeah.
So he's out. And then they keep airing a little bit. And then Jossie Wells is about to go for a second run.
Yeah.
They cut away to the ski jump because there's a Japanese dude coming second.
Ah.
I was like, I was trying to see Jossie go. Damn it.
It was disappointing, by the way. I'm sure you've heard.
It was the freestyle, not the half pipe. We'll get to the half pipe
okay.
maybe later in the podcast.
Maybe.
If we feel that our emotions aren't going to get destroyed by it. Anyway, as we were. Yeah, so it was very frustrating. And they talked down, right, of all the athletes. You know how in New Zealand it's like, of all the athletes, Jossie Wells is going to be our best?
Yeah.
The Japanese, like, of all our athletes, this chick, Sarah, is going to be our best.
But they would have, like,
ski jumper. She's going to be amazing.
heaps of medals.
She comes, guess where she comes?
Did last?
4th.
Oh, I hate football.
And then someone, they were like, oh, he's a bit old, he probably won't medal. Silver. And he turned around, the Japanese reporter was like, oh, you just won silver, how do you feel?
Was it subtitled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one was.
I think you fluently learned Japanese.
No, this one was. He was like, oh, you just won the silver medal. How do you feel? And hand the microphone across. I'm like, I know people didn't believe in me, but I won. And then all of a sudden, all the news crews were like, this is the face of Sochi Games. And everyone's like, what about Sarah? Fuck Sarah. This is the face of that's not the game.
Yeah.
It was, it was really frustrating.
That's probably what New Zealanders would do.
If we actually got a medal.
If
Shane Dobbin didn't crash.
Well, I've only had one medal ever in Winter Olympics.
That was a bronze as well.
Oh, I thought it was silver.
Oh, was it silver?
I think it was
Oh,
silver.
me. Woohoo! Yeah,
I could be wrong.
I should probably, we're up there, 40-minute mark. I should probably move on to the next story. So Niseko, right? Full packed full of Aussies.
You're in the what, sorry? This.
Niseko, it's up in Hokkaido. I'm up in the north.
Yeah.
Hokkaido Island. And that snow is pretty awesome. And there's great skiing stories I'll tell you eventually, but probably not here on this forum. There's a run called Jackson's, which turned out to be the best run.
Oh, yes. As it would.
You walk up to the top of the mountain, then you ski right off the top, all the way down, out, and you cat track back out, and it's the best snow there was, and no one likes doing it because it's real hard, and you have to walk there, and it's fantastic. Anyway, best story there was in Niseko, and it's so good I made an extra side note about it.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Okay, so one night my dad basically felt sorry because I had to go with just my parents.
Yeah.
He's like, you didn't have a real night out in the town. So, okay. So we decided, I'll take you to a bar tonight for a couple of drinks before dinner.
Yeah.
Okay. So we go to a place. By the way, the bar is called Lars Longcocks, and it's basically a big metal tent.
Yeah.
With walls because it's real cold. And you go in there, I'm sitting there drinking away. Oh yeah, this is pretty good. No, I really like Japan. Then I look across and it's got all these posters for local events. Sort of ski touring day and ladies' day. So you can ditch your wives with the teachers to go and ski the hard shit.
Yeah.
And leave the handbrake behind.
Yeah.
And then I see a familiar sign that says Shapeshifter. I'm like, oh my god, that's Shapeshifter's coming to Japan. It's a DJ set, but Shapeshifter's coming to Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, what are the dates on it? It's the 14th. Fuck, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I could totally go to Shapeshifter. And my dad's like, oh, you should totally go. I'm like, oh, mean. And then and I was like, oh, okay, so what, we all three go? And Dad's like, no, just you. I was like, oh, yes. So, okay, so it is. Next day we have to go to the ticketing place to buy tickets.
Yeah.
So we walk in there, and it says on the door, Shapeshifter tickets for tonight, sold out. I'm like, oh, fuck, that's so disappointing. But the place that it's being held in is a log cabin. My parents are log cabin fanatics.
Yeah.
So we walk in there, and it's all made out of natural logs, and we meet this real short British guy. So, oh, how are we going tonight, lads? How can I help you? My parents are like, oh, well, we really like the log house. We just came to have a look at the log house, and it looks really nice. So these natural logs, talked about sort of shit. It turns out that the little British dude built log houses in England when he was there, in Devon.
Sure.
And he's just like, oh, and after this massive yarn about shit I don't care about, he's like, oh, so you here for some dinner? We've got some mean ass food if you wanna sort of bar up and get some food.
Yep.
Actually, no, we're looking to get some Shapeshifter tickets for this one, but they've sold out. He goes, yeah, no, they're sold out. Are you travelling with just your parents, mate? Yeah. Goes, oh, okay. Yeah. And then my parents walk away. Like, mate, I've been there. I know what it's like. Look, you turn up at 9:30 and you bring some cash, and I'm on the door, so I'll stand behind and I'll get you in. I'm like, real? Oh yeah, no, mate, it sucks. I know. Good times to get out. You know,
Yeah.
I'll happily help if you just bring some cash. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you, dude. He goes, oh, by the way, my name's Caesar, so just come back and call for me. Like, fuck yeah. So I go back home and tell my parents about it. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
9:30 rocks up. I'm outside the place. There's a massive group of people looking to buy tickets. And Caesar walks out and goes, if you don't have tickets to the event tonight, you have to leave. It's a ticketed event. You can't just rock up. Okay, you can buy tickets for next week. But sorry, you all have to go away. And he was like, oh. And Caesar's like, you, sir, come here.
Was that to you?
Calls me out of the crowd. I'm like, okay. Walk up and he gets me in the doorway. He's like, have you got some cash for me? And the price was 1,500 yen to get in. I paid him 2,000 for being a good sort. He goes, oh, mate, you're a legend. All right, sweet. Give me your wrist. Stamps it. He goes, right, this never happened. You don't know who I am. You don't know. If anyone asks you to, you got stolen. It's all great. So I'm like, okay, sweet. So I go outside, dump my jacket, and come back inside. And as I walk past, he's like, oh, bro, come here. I'm like, what's up? He goes, you don't have a ticket, which gives you a free beer, but I got you anyway. And he gives me this like proper cup, like you're nice again, like a sort of a shitty glass. I mean, it's a big fucking cup of beer. Oh, jeez, dude. So I walk in by myself. It's my last night in Japan. Yeah. Last night. And I'm sitting there and this dude walks up to me. What's his name? I'm writing this down. His name is Chris. And it's like Chris comes up to me. Chris. He's an Aussie. He comes, yeah, he's an Aussie. He's like, are you here by yourself? I'm like, yeah. Just hanging out. Are you, really? Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. He starts chatting. He goes, so how long you been here? Oh, it's a week. Oh, so how long you got left? Oh, that's my last night. Is it last night? Yeah. I'll buy you around. So he buys me a beer.
Fancy do.
Oh, fuck yeah. And then he introduced me to his mates Josh, who was wearing a beanie, Lauren, who's from Whangarei, and a guy called, her boyfriend, Lance, who's a civil engineer at Canterbury and was actually the NSOC secretary a couple of years ago. Wow. So we start yarning and we're having a good time, and I learn a new high five, which I'll teach you after this.
Okay, good.
Remind me about it.
I will.
So, I've actually written it down here. Yeah, okay, clap. And then we go on the dance floor and shapeshift, and this the first dude comes out, DJ Refix or something like that.
Yep.
He's pretty good. So we're jamming out hardcore, and there's a slightly older dude to my right, and all these like drunk people falling into us, and like there's a table for drinks, and someone was standing up and fell on me.
Yeah.
And this dude's like, "Oh, you're right?" I'm like, "Yeah, sweet as." So I know they're excellent. Are you from New Zealand? I'm like, yeah. Like, oh, I'm from Australia. Oh, sweet as. He asked me where I'm from and how long I've got. I'm like, oh, it's your last night. I'm like, yeah, it was tequila shots. I was like, what? Like, tequila shots. Now, my shout. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. Just do it, man. It's your last night. Like, you don't even know me. He's like, I don't give a shit. I'm loaded. I'm in Japan. It's your last night. Let's do this. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, man. So he turns up and he starts giving me advice about engineering, because it turns out he's an engineer from Perth.
Yeah.
And,
is the advice useful?
Oh, fuck yeah. Super handy.
That's great. Yeah.
And he's buys me this tequila shot. And he's like, oh, shit. Oh, Shapeshifters on. I'm like, yes, this is the DJ set. Nah, that's the lead singer and a couple of other dudes from Shapeshifter walk in the door. That's like half of Shapeshifter plus the DJ, and they're at the front, like, going nuts.
Shit.
And I'm losing my shit. Fuck yeah, this is dumb. Going mental with these guys. And all these people are like, it's your last night, round on me. Feeding me drinks. And then I was like, okay. And like, I was like taking late. I got a flight the next morning at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh.
I've got a 2-hour bus trip and then a flight to Tokyo, and then potentially a flight home because there's snowstorms in Tokyo. And it's 5:30 bus, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, fuck, I'm drunk. I need to go home and sober up and act normal, and then get on this bus and not vomit.
Yeah.
So I leave, much to the bitter disappointment of the two Chris's, Lauren, Josh, Lance, Steph, and Sam, two other randoms I met.
Yeah.
And Caesar. Caesar's probably going to see me leave a bit early.
Yeah.
But not before meeting the guys in Shapeshifter. I sort of, hey, going, oh, Christchurch, fuck yeah. And then got on the bus, and next morning, fucking hungover, slept most of the way, and God.
That's awesome.
It was so dope.
That is
completely out of the
epic
blue.
story.
Had no idea that it was going to happen. It just happened. So top that bitch.
I think I can.
Well, here we go.
So this one day,
Here we go.
I show up to Ryan,
Oh God.
rode, went home.
Hang on. You met Bondi.
Oh, well.
Well, you snapped Bondi.
I snapped.
From afar.
Fuck, he's awesome.
By the way, I am not kidding when I say he beat me by 3 minutes in a singles race.
Yeah, I told me.
Same heat.
Actually,
I was lane 1, he was lane 5, and he killed me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And he did, I'm not sure if you saw the Nationals results.
No.
But he won the Prem single.
Oh yeah, I saw that he beat Mahi Drives.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not much of a surprise. He's a baby. He beat me by 3 minutes, so clearly he's going to beat Mahi.
He's been beating him all year, actually, so sweet. But anyway, my coach knows him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was awesome. Like, just walks over, he's like, oh, Pithy. Epic. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, I want to know you. Jealous because last night they were all in the pubs getting pissed. All the big names were at, I won't name the pub. Anyway, there, and so like one of the guys in my crew shook hands with Bondi, like met all these rollers and stuff. I'm just like, oh, God, I wish I was 18. So I could have an epic story, but because I'm not 18, I don't.
So yeah, that's basically what. Well, I actually did a lot more in the holidays. Just everything was.
But we figured like you
wouldn't care.
Probably don't want to hear.
You
about
probably
it.
don't care about what I said already. Apart from Shapeshift, I mean, fucking everyone.
That was an epic. So that was a good story to finish on.
That was a good story to finish.
Oh, apart from my one.
Oh, apart from your one. Your one's way better.
Way better.
So what should we finish on? Because You had a great. I'm not sure if the audience is aware of this because I haven't shown them yet. But you finished on a great story, great line last time. I'll show you after this.
Okay.
What do you
I'll
want to
match
finish
it
on?
now.
What do you want to finish on?
How do we finish this? If you know how to finish this podcast, drop us a line.
I wanted to do live tweeting this podcast, but I didn't want to be disappointed about how few people would actually do it.
We need to advertise it.
Yeah, I've got something to tell you, but I'll tell you after.
And I think we need a date as well, so people are just like ready for it.
That's right.
No?
That's right.
Yeah, alright.
So yeah, what do you want to finish on? Rather than just eating and talking for the past.
Yeah, because I'm just eating now.
Yeah,
One,
we
so.
What's your finishing note? We can't finish on, and that's what I did for my holiday.
And this is my holiday.
I'm Jonathan Fowler, I go to University of Canterbury, and this is my picture.
I want to finish on, or you know.
You want to finish on me? That's disgusting.
And we're done.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Are we done?
We're done.
Do you want no final words?
No final words today, gents. Fuck off.